Today we're taking a look at these college basketball matches, which are happening on Saturday, April 1st, 2023, and giving you our team and total picks for today. Welcome back to High Stakes. Before we dive into our video, don't forget to subscribe and to push the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos. Also check out our Patreon if you want access to our premium picks. Our Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money, and if you are interested in props and parlay picks, check out our new channel High Stakes Props and Parlays, where you can find our player props and parlay picks predictions. You will find the link to our Patreon and to our new channel in the description and comments section below. Florida Atlantic vs San Diego State. The Conference USA champs advanced to the program's first ever Final Four with their 11th consecutive win straight up. The Owls came out firing against Kansas State, shooting 54% and owning a 42-38 lead at the half. The Wildcats turned the tide a bit to start the second, but FAU did a great job keeping them at arm's length by owning the glass and out-rebounding Kansas State, 44-22. The Owls will absolutely need to clean up on the 22 turnovers they coughed up if they plan on getting any further. In their 4 NCAA tournament games, they've averaged 71.3 points per game while shooting 42.1% overall. Their defense has given up 66.5 points per game in the tourney, which is right around their season average of allowing 65.1 points per game, the 45th best mark in the country. The Owls have averaged 42.5 rebounds per game in the tournament. The Owls are 3-1 at TS in the tournament. Their lone loss came as -16 favorites versus Fairleigh Dickinson. The Mountain West champions have won 8 games in a row straight up, which has helped land them in their first ever Final Four. Their early road was easy, beating 12th seed Charleston and 13th seed Furman to advance to the Sweet 16. Then they needed to get past top-ranked Alabama and 6th-seeded Creighton. The Aztecs' defense put the clamp on Creighton in their last game, holding them to 23 points on 27.6% shooting, including 0 for 10 from 3 in the second half. They needed every inch of that effort too, as they shot just 33.3% in the second half and scored 29 points. They did do an excellent job in possession, giving up just 7 turnovers on the day. Their bench also outscored Creighton's 12-0. They've put up 66.5 points per game in the NCAA tournament, shooting 41.8% overall. The defense has allowed 57.3 points per game, with the only team scoring over 60 on them being Alabama, and they put up just 64. The Aztecs are averaging 10.8 turnovers per game so far in the tourney. We have a pair of teams who have never been to this point in their respective histories. They have faced each other 2 times, with the Aztecs winning both, though the last one came in 2002. Both teams were strong Austrian shillings this season, FAU at 24-11-1 at TS and San Diego State at 19-15-2 at TS overall. They've continued that success in the tournament. FAU 3-1 at TS and San Diego State 4-0 at TS. Florida Atlantic has beaten a top 5 defense to get this point, putting 62 points on a Tennessee defense that gave up just 57.9 per game all year. They should be able to figure out the Aztecs' defense enough to keep this thing very close. The Owls are averaging 4.8 points per game more than San Diego State in the tournament, while their defense has also been strong. Where FAU can really control the situation is on the glass, where they hold a distinct advantage. FAU is 4-1 at TS in their last 5 games at a neutral site. Take the Owls plus 2.5 points. The Owls are enjoying one of the most magical runs in NCAA tournament history. FAU didn't get bounced from the tourney after taking care of 16th seed Fairleigh Dickinson, as many expected, taking down a highly favored Tennessee team and a heavily bet Kansas State team to earn their first ever Final Four appearance. Unlike those 2 teams, its next opponent carries itself like an underdog, too. It's the Owls, though, that are getting points in this game. FAU overcame 22 turnovers in its win over KSU with a dominant rebounding performance. The Owls secured 44 rebounds, doubling the Wildcats' total, with 14 offensive boards. They also shot 48.1% from the field, including 9 for 23, 39.1% from 3, and knocked down their free throws, 18 for 22. With it being both teams' first trip to the big stage, I would fully expect a slow start to the game as the wide eyes slowly begin to focus on the task at hand. KenPom ranks FAU at 155 in their tempo ratings and San Diego State at 266, so neither team is blazing up and down the hardwood much. Also, neither team has been scorching the twine, with FAU's 42.1% shooting in the tournament the best of the two. KenPom has both highly rated on the defensive side of the ball, with the Owls ranked 30th in adjusted defense and the Aztecs ranked 4th. San Diego State has given up 57 or fewer points in 3 of 4 games in this tournament and in 5 of their last 6 overall. Florida Atlantic has held 2 teams to 65 or less in the NCAA tournament and 5 of their last 7. The under is 8-0 in the Aztecs' last 8 games after an ATS win and are 4-0 in their 4 tournament games this season. Take the under. Miami, Florida vs Connecticut. Jordan Hawkins has been on fire lately and was named the most outstanding player in the West region. Hawkins is a 6'5" sophomore shooting guard averaging 16.3 ppg and has scored 20 or more in his last 2 tournament games. Adama Sanogo joined Hawkins on first-team All-Big East this season. He is a bruising 6'9", 245-pound forward, averaging team highs of 17.1 ppg and 7.5 rpg. Sanogo reached double figures in every tournament game, with a high of 28 in the opening round against Iona. Andre Jackson Jr. is an extremely athletic glue player for the Huskies. He is a 6'6" wing who takes on the majority of ball handling duties. He is not a big-time scorer, but passes efficiently and can score above the rim. He had 8 points, 10 assists and 9 rebounds against Gonzaga. Tristan Newton is a 6'5" guard with scoring potential. He averaged 9.9 ppg on the season, but has scored under that in the past 2 rounds. Alex Karabin is a 6'8" forward shooting 40.6% from 3, and Donovan Klingon is an imposing 7'2", 265 freshman center contributing off the bench. There has been a lot of attention centered around how dominant UConn has been in their Final Four run, and justifiably so. They have been excellent. There has been far less hype around this Miami team that beat the number 1 seed Houston soundly by 14 and had an incredible late run to beat the number 2 seed Texas. Miami's guard-heavy lineup has been unstoppable. They scored 85 or more in their last 3 games, playing against very strong teams. UConn only scored over 85 in 1 out of their last 3. UConn has the size advantage, but will they really be able to utilize it? Klingon is 7'2", but not a scorer on offense and cannot defend any of the Hurricanes on the perimeter. He will not be very helpful. Sanogo is a great big, but Miami's Omier can match up with him and limit his production. UConn will have to play small to keep up with Miami, and the Hurricanes play small ball better than the Huskies. Pack has been on fire lately and won most outstanding player in his region. Miller literally did not miss a shot in the Elite 8 on his way to 27 points, and Wong is the ACC Player of the Year. This Hurricane team is too good and too difficult to match up with to be getting this many points. This could turn into a classic March Madness game, coming down to the last few possessions, and in that scenario, it is nice to be plus 5.5. Take Miami plus 5.5 points. As previously stated, Miami has scored 85 or more in their past 3 games. Their offense has been electric lately, with multiple players hitting outside shots, stretching defenses, and opening up driving lanes. Miami is in the top 4th of the country in terms of tempo, ranking 90th out of 363 teams. The Hurricanes like to play fast, and against a team like UConn with multiple bigs, they will want to speed it up even more. Miami has the 5th most efficient offense in the country, and UConn has the 3rd most efficient offense. These are 2 of the best scoring teams all season. UConn will also get its fair share of points because the one weakness in this game is Miami's defense, which is only ranked 104th in efficiency. Miami has hit the over in 3 straight games. Their strong offense and weak defense is an easy formula for an over. Take the over 149.5 points.